Hi folks, so here we are at the cut of the online World Championship, and let's have a look at what the situation is. So the games have just started. I'm a bit late because I played the previous round, but I just wanted to quickly show you where we are at. So this is the top 16 going to start, and we'll have a look at who is still alive after this round when we have a bit more time. But let's jump into one of the games so that we catch as much of it as possible. And let's see the options. So I believe this one is being streamed by someone else. So I quite like the Bara rush against the defending champion actually. So maybe let's start with this one. Just making sure that no one's streaming it. And I will join one of the voice channels on Discord if anyone wants to commentate with me. Let me do that right now. So join table, let's say table 13 on Discord in the GOT server. If anyone wants to jump in, just do so. Let me know you're there. And here we are. So we are presumably in round 1, right? Yes. And we have Martell, Knights of the Hollow Hill opening with the draw plot, trying to get the Varys and the stuff like that to reset the board. And we have Baratheon that would like to go as fast as possible. Now, getting renown on characters that are not duped in this matchup will be tricky. He does have a save ability, but I wouldn't count on that. And we have Dorn in play immediately, so even this little filter with Ghost of High Heart is not really going to work. And we have Desert Trader in the dead pile to come back and take some icons. Now it does give prize away, but I think half a chance for Martell to stall this before it gets out of hand. Yeah, so Alex, the defending champion, won it last year with Greyjoy Filthy and playing what is considered to be the top deck this time as well. And we have Gabriel from Austria here playing Baratheon Brotherhood. There were a few of these. I think one made it to the cut. And it is a strong deck. Can be fast. Now I was able to beat it with a control deck that plays on the board a bit, right? With storms and stuff like that. Now this is a different type of control deck. It's more of a reset control. And we'll see if this deck can resist resets and close it before Martell inevitably starts coming back. Starting with all the complaints about Martell, yeah. Plenty of them in the field. Now it's not as bad as Greyjoy Filthy was last year. I think that was had even bigger numbers. But as I said, it seems inevitable that this deck would be the top choice, right? Because before the latest restricted list, we had Greyjoy and Martell Mammers dominating, along with this deck. That was, I think, made the top 3 basically, and the other 2 were not only restricted, they were basically killed off. They were restricted so harshly that they're not competitively viable at the moment, in my opinion. While this deck actually had no further restrictions, and even worse, Secret Schemes was taken off, so it's now in a pod with Annals. So if you're not playing Annals, you can play Secret Schemes. Okay, you're not going to replay it from the discard pile, but so what? It's plenty of draw, and you can take Exchange as your restricted card if you wish. So yeah, all 3 of them, Exchange, Dorn, and Secret Schemes playable, and even counting coppers, of course, in some decks. So basically this deck can draw most of the deck, get all the answers, right? And it's the top deck. I think personally I would put Lannister Free Companies and Tyrell Lion in that top trio at the moment. And yeah, some of them have made it to this cut. Now Lannister Free Companies slightly underrepresented in my opinion. I think there were only 3 in the field. There were some Tyrell Lions, I think 6 or so. And we have some more unique and creative decks that I'm sure everyone is rooting for in this cut. Yeah, so Gabi here knows that the Harris is not going to work in his favor in this game at all. So getting rid of it, won't need to reset the board, just get rid of it and then play as much as you can. Try to be fast against the other draw plot. So Alex will try to draw as much as he can. Hopefully among those cards secret schemes, then reset, then you still have secret schemes for additional draw. And see what happens. Now there is Lysa somewhere still in the deck. Can be slightly more annoying. Let's say she removes Dorn or something. Although Martell is so high on cancels, if that happens in the plot phase where you don't have gold, I think he calls it thinking can get her, right? The last round, yeah, of my previous game, it was, I think was it something like 11-7 in my favor. I played Grand Melee thinking, okay, from 7 to 15 against Grand Melee will be tough to close it, and then I was counting that he had Morgulis, right, to reset himself because he had no dupes. But so much renown came in, spent that Iron Bank and full hand, and suddenly couldn't really defend it. And I had answers, right? I had Celici, I had Imri potentially in the deck to kneel something, but yeah, Bagging Brother and Red Keep, nothing I could have done. Even if I went first, Red Keep could be triggered, right? Because there was gold on the Iron Bank and Castered Rock was in play. So Red Keep could be triggered against Celici. And she wouldn't even help me, let's be honest, because she kneels my board as well, and then he still marshals his 5 characters to get a bunch of renown. So I would need Imri, but then if I delay Imri, Bagging a Brother comes in, and yeah, just a complete nightmare. But that's how it goes. It was a good game. I'm pretty happy with my personal performance. Won the first 4, okay, then ran into a wall. I was hoping to meet these Martell decks because I think I have a great matchup, but in the end didn't meet a single one, so that's just how it goes sometimes. Yeah, not much of a defense here to stop challenges, but 6 gold, so there could be Icon control in hand or Areo Hotach. Lysa dead on this side, and one of the Varys is gone. Okay, dupes, always helpful. So again, if any of you guys would like to commentate on this one, do join the voice channel. And apologies for only checking the chat occasionally. I have only one screen here, so it's a bit of a problem, and apologies if there's a popping sound on my microphone. Sometimes happens on this computer. Don't know what causes it. So going for insight, he knows that characters might not stay alive, so pointless to grab renown on them, and getting cards to just keep spamming the board is one way. I think he's up against it, really. Needs to have a really good game here. But yeah, would be interesting to check. Didn't have time before the start. It would be interesting to see what his matchups were if he played against any of these Martells in the Swiss. I think he was 5-1, right? And the one loss was against me, so if he did play them, he won every game. Grabbing renown on defense. Let's see his ability. So when another character, basically they're all non-loyal, so when something else gets killed, you can kneel him and discard 1 power to save it. So let's say Morghulis gets played, he kneels, saves Angui, he dies himself, but 13 cards in hand, and yeah, Martells are going crazy with the cancels, and he calls it inking in the plot phase is particularly annoying. Now this would be one to push through if he can, right? Get the power claim, get power on his faction card where it's safer than on characters. Stay ahead as long as possible. Even the time, of course, then becomes relevant. Although lately I don't think the Martell decks have had trouble coming back, really. Okay, so we have his Viperize happening before Insight. Takes Nightmares, that's sensible. Now Nightmares in hand did not play it on Dawn, but yeah, at this point with 13 cards and 3 over reserve, seems like just a waste, right? I guess keeping it in hand just to give yourself a chance if it's Last of the Giants into Varys in dominance, you can Nightmares him. And military also can be useful because this guy needs to be in the discard pile rather than the dead pile, and Desert Trader dying gives Prized away. That goes on the faction card. Sorry about the background noise, there's some kind of battle scene going on. Okay, so he faced Martell Aloof and Martell Wars in previous rounds. Yeah, honestly, those play quite differently, right? There could be some similarities between this and Martell Wars, but not so much after the redesigns. Martell Aloof would be something completely different. Now, Vengeance is the event that's played for 2 gold, and that takes the dupe away. Sad day for Gabi, but he brings an intrigue icon. So he's going to go up to 7 and 5 of that on the faction card. Not quite enough. And Lay Waste is not the card he wanted to discard, really, because I played against him and even then he had limited locations and nothing else that I saw, so I don't think he's running any important attachments here. You would think, right, in this type of deck that the lore package maybe with Azor, High Reborn and Red God's Blessing, stuff like that, but I didn't see it in my game. Now let's see what the reset situation is here for Alex. So some of these decks, all of them play Morghulis, right? Some play the Strangers, some play First Snow. Could in theory play all of them, but probably not. So let's see what Alex has chosen. Or does he go into something else first? Doesn't really want to first snow here and send all these characters back to hand when they could be killed. Right, so Morghulis to kill them, and let's see if there is a cancel. If there's not a cancel for Tauros, then slight bonus here for Gabi. Yeah, okay, that worked out alright, and he's played the eco plot. He's going to play more characters and try to push on. Now, unfortunately, no power on the faction card to steal. But there could be more unopposed coming, because Martell is low on gold. Gets 3 from the agenda, 1 from Blood Orange Grow. And here we go. And the dupe for Ango is so key that there wasn't a cancel. Gendry could come in. Now, he is just a body with renown in this deck, but I would assume there should be weapon attachments, right? Otherwise, it's not that efficient. I think it's gotta be a Warhammer, at least, in the deck. Now, all 3 are duped, so Morgul is gone. Even if you Varys, you still need something else then, but the Stranger with spread of costs not so efficient, so that's now a surprisingly decent position for Gabi to push on. And could he now go for renown? Or does he keep going inside? Actually, he yeah, nothing with weapon attachment, so Gendry will have renown, but that's about all. And nice little secret pack here for Angoi to stop him attacking. My optimism here slightly misplaced, and even with just the 1 Blood Orange Grow, there's still plenty of econ. Oh, of course, there's this as well. And if characters come in to post challenges, then not much is achieved here. Interesting. Don't want her killed, presumably, so Desert Raiders can protect her, I guess. She defends power to stop unopposed, or she goes intrigue later. Probably not, there's no claim, right? So just needlessly puts power on your faction card, so I think she defends. And Anglica is insight, which is probably not going to matter, because he is not going to participate in challenges if Alex can help it, but he is the only choice. The only neutral character in play. So what now? Military with Gendry to at least gain renown if it's possible, right? Unless some icon control comes in here. And if Desert Trader comes in, then he takes Delena's icon away, so going for that first. And if he comes in from this challenge, he can take military from Gendry, so that's pretty sensible here from Gabi. Well, didn't defend, so looks like he's going to push back with a challenge, even with 0 claim. Of course, he can raise the claim in theory. We've seen that event being played a bit in recent times, but no. So she just replaces herself with Nymeria here without defending. Guess she would win on defense, so you couldn't trigger Desert either then. And she takes Gendry's military icon away. And I believe that's now it for Gabi. And here comes the unopposed, so that's going to turn into 7-1. Weird timing. Okay, so he does intrigue. And Nymeria does opposed military with no claim, so maybe she skips that. Doesn't matter for dominance. Yeah. 8-2, but board staying strong here for Gabi. And the way for Martell to come back usually is on empty boards, right? When you've reset the opponent into oblivion, but if the opponent just plays defensively, defend everything, stop every unopposed, then there's not much power gain for Martell. So you can kind of keep the advantage. But small boards, rounds go quickly, and yeah, get the resets back. 28 minutes, so plenty of time. He's doing nothing, and Last of the Giants discarded. That's the second one gone. Oh, okay. Missed all the exchanges, that's too bad. At least he didn't hit the stranger. Mad King's Command, that's a very interesting plot to play in a deck that draws so much. It's going to go down to 3. We saw Alex was interviewed on the Zero Reserve podcast before the tournament. You can recommend you watch that. It's an interesting conversation, and he talked about Mad King's Command as being one of the key plots played at the moment. So either you play it or you have some way to deal with it if it's played against you. And yeah, that second option was the one I was thinking of with his particular deck, but he's playing it himself. And not the only one. We saw that, I think, in the World Cup as well, in Martell, Knights of the Hollow Hill. So, very interesting. He's giving away his card advantage, and the board, usually the characters here are not that strong, so if you're up against, okay, these little guys, maybe not that bad, but some Tywin, Jaime and stuff like that, it's not brilliant. And okay, duped character, now one goes away anyway. And if it's Angui, then his secret pack just transfers. Let's see, so 9 cards, and he already has 3 and 3, so nothing much to be done from here. So I guess If he can play Ariane back, then he keeps ambush in hand. He's going to sack his economy or shuffle it back into the deck. Not shuffle, goes to the bottom, but it's gone anyway if he wants to keep Dorn and Starfall. But okay, for instance, if these three are kept, so Nymeria takes, let's say, Gendry's military, the bastard can take Delena's icon, and then you have Starfall takes, let's say, power from Lady Stoneheart. You're down to one icon, right? And if there's a Dornish spy in hand, you just take every single one of them. Slight problem that he couldn't get the Desert Trader back into the dead pile. That's always useful. And if Angu isn't chosen, in fact, this has ambush 3 and just goes back on. Yeah, the character with 2 icons maybe. So Delena is the one that goes. Keeps Desert Trader in play, but not the Shadow City Bastard. Okay, so what's the situation? First of all, we'll have the Brotherhood trigger, right? I guess you do the Bicon. Give it renown or something. Insight maybe. Stealth, okay. And Secret Schemes immediately repopulates, but now it's down to 2 gold, so a lot of the ambush options are prevented. Of course, she can still bring in another character, and let's see the situation. So, first of all, Nymeria takes power. That leaves Gabi with 2 icons, and Starfall is going to take the other one. Okay. So Lady Stoneheart is essentially now nullified, and Angry can't attack, so it's just Gendry. And if there's another icon control card in hand, you could just trigger Ariane here. Well, 21 minutes, and let's assume all the icons are taken. Then that means 3 unopposed from the other side, and suddenly the score is completely level. But Gendry is allowed to survive for now. Let's see if there's an Areo Hotach or something in hand. Maybe you let it through. Get that Desert Trader back in the dead pile. And there's 2 gold. Is there a vengeance? Back to 6 already. And reserve as well. 6 reserve, that's the thing that hurts here. Usually it's 4 reserve, right? So you can't really grab many cards back. Okay, so there is a vengeance. In the very short term, it's not making that much difference because everything is duped. Allows Gendry to gain renown. And Angu still has his icons, so he can oppose a challenge. Losing Delisa, that's unfortunate. She was still alive. And this one can be defended, but not successfully. And does Rihanna have a replacement character to do another military? She does, of course she does. So I assume that's another dupe gone, and then Gabi wins dominance, and he is still ahead. But it's getting closer. Varys has really not played very much these days and missed this time. That's really unfortunate. If he'd played it for exchange, that would be nice for him. And I don't know what's still coming for Alex. I'm sure one of the plots has to be the Stranger or for Snow. And then you would expect March to the Wall. And could he play completely without any economy? Behest, you're not going to hold for so long, are you? So that's probably not in the deck. Coppers. Exchange twice and coppers. That's amazing. And we have the Smith, but no attachments. Good goal though. So if there's something in hand. This time Alex forced to go first. That's going on Ango, right? That means he's going to die if he's not duped, and I think the dupes are gone. And then... oh, there is one more. And then the secret pack goes back to hand to be played again. Well, something good needs to come in. Let's say another Barrick would be nice. He was removed before we joined, so at the very beginning, it seems. By Lysa, maybe? Yeah. Okay, gets Sir Richard Horp. Now he can move power onto his faction card before it's lost. And he's a renowned body and immune to that annoying little Shadow City bastard. Still no attachments though, so we have Gendry and we have the Smith, so there have to be some, right? Just didn't draw them. 2 gold left this time, so probably that means there was nothing to marshal, but there could be an event if there's a nightmares. No, otherwise I think it would have been played already. Perhaps on Starfall. No way to win this one on defense. Do you oppose it though? To try to keep your advantage, or are you hoping to push challenges through when it's your turn? Let's sit unopposed. It's risky. Starfall still there. Maybe this one she defends because she can win with insight. Yeah, tries anyway. Let's see if it's successful. There's 2 gold. There's a kindly man who has ambush too, I think. So he could come in. Can even can even do something with her ability, which I've never seen used, but it's possible. And there goes the secret back. And probably Gendry's icon now gone as well, right? With Starfall. Richard's icon gone, okay. Of course he defends as well, potentially, so... There we go. Can defend this, and now I think he'll take dupes. Hoping that doesn't get killed before the game is over. And come on, let's have a kindly man to make it interesting. Okay, takes dominance. Still stays ahead, but barely. Few more rounds like this. And Alex finishes ahead, and still plenty of time. So we see both rounds that still are to be played. And at least one reset, and I think March to the wall, right? Marched and some kind of first snow, which here is not great. The Harris, don't think so. Okay, Clash of Kings is not happening. Power icons will be targeted, but let's see the stranger. So yeah, cost 6 kills 2, but cost 2 kills 2 as well. That leaves Nymeria and Gendry. And more prized given away. Ten 8. We have icon control, and we have Venomous Blade, and we have Secret Pack in hand. So even if nothing is marshaled, Alex is doing alright. It's maybe a shot or two though, right, to push challenges through. Yeah, she's fine, and then I think Water Gardens maybe can get Venomous Blade or Secret Pact. Okay, dominance. He was losing dominance, cost him a few power, so even that's now gone. And okay, he spent water gardens. Still potentially could play Indoran's name, get the ambush attachments. If he doesn't, then it's not a complete disaster for Gabi. 5 cards, 6 gold to play with. Yeah, no great choice between these three. They're all annoying characters. That kind of... Okay, this one doesn't work if it's Ned, but Rihanna replaces herself and Nymeria just still takes an icon. Just taking the Bicon here. And let's see what icons remain, so she can take Gendry's military, then Starfall takes power to stop Clash of Kings. That was a good Hikazi thinking here. Stop Starfall taking icons and then she attacks, but now Gendry's going. And I think her power icon goes as well, right? Yeah. And as Alex held on to that march to the wall and just managed to bring it down to one character. Yeah, even this one is defended. See, this is how it goes these days. They don't need to rely on winning on time like back in the day. It's if it's fast enough, you can get to 15. Not that much power lost here from Gabi. There was, I think, something from Tauros was lost. He saved most of it, but just couldn't be done. And now I think needs some kind of miracle last plot. Well, yeah, if Alex goes first and marches the escort. Doesn't even bother. Okay, so he thinks he's fine without that. Or maybe there's a Misty Morn in hand. And there's the concession, can be done from here. Yeah, I know it's not popular among some of the viewers, but it's quite an impressive performance here from Alex. Just never seems to misplay this. And yeah, he is here again in the top 8 like I predicted. I'll see how many of my predictions have made it. And after this round is over, we can have a look at the draw a bit more. Just let's see if anyone is still playing another one of these. And the Lenny, Lenny free companies against the Red Lion. So these were 2 of my top 8 predictions, and only one can make it through, and it looks like it's going to be Lannister. defeating the King of Swiss. He's on 14. Or is it going to be Lannister? Second player with tourney build and one military challenge. One military with all the renown. Remarkable strength here though. They have 28 between them. It's 34 on the other side, so it's not enough, but it's crazy. And guessing some hounds and stuff like that still lurking about. Stops High Tower Knight coming in now. I think that can be cancelled by Begging Brothers anyway, right? $34. But there's 5 of them, they would get 14 with 5 renown, right? Or is there some kind of double renown here? Yeah, so this is the last round. Either it's time is expiring and players will get to 15, so Martell can take his time and consider this. First of all, if he can defend it, and second of all, if he doesn't, does he still win the game? I think he does, and there is no gold at the moment, so it's not going to be any nightmares on Braun or anything like that if he tries to defend. And just to be safe, you defend with Tywin, right? Who can't be as easily removed from the challenge. Defend with Tywin, goes to 14-14, and then surely you win from there. Defends with both of them, which doesn't achieve much, but doesn't matter for the rest of the round. He's still going to win if he doesn't lose here. Yeah, couldn't be done. Stops it on 14 now. Could he have tried power challenge instead? I guess not, because he has one more power from claim there, but can't put Sir Robert Strong in, so he loses 1 renown. So it's similar. Yeah, that seemed like it was a great game. And King of Swiss defeated in the last 16, and Marcel Arias with Lenny Free Companies makes it through. And the last remaining game is now this one, which also is about to end. Time is about to expire, and we are into the final challenges round with Targaryen ahead, but not on board state. So can you swing from 13-8 into a win here without renown? I think you can. Take all the icons, which in this case is just both icons, and do 3 unopposed, including power claim. That's 12-12. And with the Iron Throne, win dominance, and you are ahead. However, do we have burn in hand? If we have stuff like consuming flames to stop one of the challenges going through, or if we have a jumper event, that's a lot of events there. Okay, so can't even take both icons, so Jorah attacks. Now if he wins this unopposed, it's the end, but looks like there's a solution. Is there a Southern Messenger? Or maybe Nymeria and Dornish Spy just defend it, or maybe even yeah, lose and then you kill him off. His renown goes. Sea of Blood, so yeah, something is in hand. One of these needs another to... it's cancelled anyway. I was going to say needs another to bring her to 0 strength and get the unopposed. Now it is opposed and Jorah gains renown. Vengeance takes him anyway. 3 icons on the other side, and well, it's not over yet. So Hand's Judgment was spent, and if there's a jumper event to stop one of the challenges. I guess power would be the one to stop if you had that, or if you had any more burn here. And now if this isn't defended, we'll know that there is nothing in hand. Yeah. Could be Miss Sunday. Is she alive? No, unfortunately not. This looks like it was another great game, so yeah. All 3 pretty close, so yeah, if it's 12-12, then the player with most cards in hand, most cards left in the deck wins the game. So in this case, Targ would win. You need to go ahead in this position as Martell, otherwise you lose. But he has to spend her, right, to do a challenge, and then he's not winning dominance against 10 gold. Well, why is the Water Garden still standing then? Because he spent 2 for Hand's Judgment, right? And with 2 more gold, he was winning dominance. Or not for this, I mean, not for... well, 2 for Hand's Judgment and 2 for this, so... he would have had 2 more gold and 1 dominance, so he takes it this way. And that means Targaryen is going to win unless something else gets played here. Yeah. Okay, so that was quite a turnaround, and seems like it was a pretty big misplay there from Martell in the last round. Okay, we can't really judge that, weren't here, so let's take a look now while we have a minute at the situation, right? So quarterfinals already paired, of course, because it goes by the results from the Swiss stage. And let's see who has made it through. Two of my predictions from before the tournament. And we have Lannister Many-Faced God on top. That's a Clansman deck. We have a Tyrell White Book Kingsguard deck, same as the one that was King of Swiss and just lost. Then we have Martell Knights of the Hollow Hill, 2 copies of that deck. We have another Martell Battle of the Trident, another Lannister, 3 companies, and we have Targaryen Sea of Blood. So missing Stark, missing Baratheon, missing Night's Watch, and missing Greyjoy. 4 factions have made it through. Could have been different, I guess. Starks were there and just lost, and I think Baratheon wasn't that far away. I wonder how Argento's game went as well. Would be interesting to know. So we shall now coordinate a little bit with who covers what, so that we don't stream the same game. Just to show you the pairings, of course, the bracket. Difficult to follow, but okay, we can see. So it's Lannister 3 companies against Tyrell White Book. We have Martell Trident against Martell Knights of the Hollow Hill. We have Targaryen Sea of Blood against Lannister Many-Faced God. And we have Martell Knights of the Hollow Hill Mirror at the bottom. So that's definitely one we won't be watching. I think yeah, either this one or maybe the Martell Trident seems like it could be interesting. So we shall coordinate a little bit and back in a second. And if you, of course, in the chat have any requests, you can let me know and I will pick accordingly.